A Boise State player is speaking publicly about a system that could severely limit walk-on opportunities for thousands of college athletes following a landmark settlement by the NCAA. I'm neighborhood reporter Alexander Huddleston. Former BSU kicker and walk-on Jonah Dalmas tells me that second chance is necessary for the world of college sports.
At this time in college, it's super competitive. You get out what you put in.
Hard work and dedication. That has been the name of the game when it comes to prospective athletes looking to join college after high school. For years, schools have been allowed to give out a certain number of scholarships to athletes, but to fill holes in the roster, students would be able to try out as a walk-on. Those players then had an opportunity to make the final roster and contribute to the team even without the scholarship.
When teams recruit people, I think you gotta, dial it in and of who's going to be, the person who's going to make the most impact to your team.
Jonah Dalmas, the most recent kicker for the Broncos and the all-time leading scorer for the program, was a walk-on himself and played in 7 games as a true freshman after making the preseason cut.
They allowed me an opportunity to, come in and showcase my skills and develop as a player. So I see that the walk-on spot is, super necessary.
But now the NCAA is in a limbo after a new House settlement is being put on hold by one California judge. It's a deal that would pay out former student athletes around $2.8 billion for lost name, image, and likeness rights and would permit schools to begin paying athletes under a capped compensation system. Under the settlement, teams would have a new player limit and all athletes would be allowed on scholarship, meaning thousands of student athletes without scholarship opportunities wanting to prove themselves may be pushed out.
Boise State's made their living on preferred walk-ons. They've had 2 recent draft picks in Leighton Vander Esch and Matt Paradis, 2 NFL guys that won a Super Bowl. Those guys, they bet on themselves and they earned their stripes and they got their scholarship money eventually, and things worked out. Obviously, that's never a guarantee.
Eagle High School football coach James Clough has seen plenty of athletes go on to the next level during his time coaching.
On an average, I would say 20% of our kids would have some kind of preferred walk-on piece to it.
But if the settlement does indeed move forward, mixed with the transfer portal, Coach Clough thinks we may see college sports turn into another form of the minor leagues.
If it keeps going this direction with how it is right now, I think you're going to start seeing those FCS schools on the fringe and essentially become like a junior college with I'm going to go play here, put in a couple of years, and then kids will jump up to the FBS level.
I reached out to Boise State, who declined to comment, but say they will have a statement once the settlement is decided upon. I'm neighborhood reporter Alexander Huddleston for Idaho News 6.